This is Bob. Bob stinks, which is why he has no friends. And most likely this is you right now. But at the end you'll smell amazing, only if you use all these tips. Bob also gets confused listening to TikTok fragrance influencers telling him to get all the overhyped stuff. So let's make this simple. Today we'll cover always go small, seasonal, trust me, your style, never do this, and where and how. It'll all make sense in a moment. Tip 1. Buy a sample before committing to a whole bottle. You can get cheap samples for under $20 depending on which cologne you want, and from the companies that allow you to get a few millimeters to test out. Never blind buy, which is buying a fragrance without smelling it first, and it's 100% worth it when you find a great one. You can either search up fragrance samples on TikTok or Google, and make sure you only buy from trusted companies. This is only if you visit your local store and they don't have many fragrances, or fragrances that everyone loves, colognes that aren't very common. Some stores allow you to go in and take a few millimeter bottles home, and some stores may not allow it though. Personally, I bought many fragrance samples like Jean Paul Gaultier samples, Armani, and a few more. It's definitely worth it to make sure you absolutely love it. Tip 2. Some colognes work better in summer, winter, or all year round. Depending on your budget, most people either have an all year round fragrance or one for every season. Don't worry if you're working on a small budget, you can get a ton of good, long lasting fragrances for cheap. Just make sure you get some samples first. If you're fancy and you want to add a special going out scent, which is usually a lot more expensive, premium, luxury type scent, ranging from $100 to $500, and in some cases, way more. Obviously, you don't need to have this, but yeah. If you want to know what season the cologne you love is meant to be worn in, or works best in, just search it up. Google's got you. Tip 3. Everyone has different smells. Don't trust the overhyped colognes. If we're being honest, most fragrances that everyone loves are not very good. Not good at all. I went to the shops the other day and was shocked. Either these creators are getting paid to promote or just have very different ideas of a good fragrance. Also, don't listen to people who say, don't get Dior Sauvage, because at the end of the day, no one who smells you knows the fragrance. They just say, you smell nice. Of course, everyone's sense of smell differs, but Dior Sauvage is most hated, and each creator likes different fragrances and may not like it, but at the end of the day, it's what you like. Tip 4. Go to a nearby store and find out if you like sweet, masculine, woody, or something else. If you find this out, search up the most loved fragrances that have this element inside, like best colognes for sweet smell, and order the sample based on that. Then you have more of a chance of liking the samples. For me, I just like many different variety of colognes, so this may not apply to you like it doesn't apply to me. Some people like sweet, for example. Some people like woody. I just like what I like, and this may also be you. Tip 5. Never overspray or underspray. Every fragrance is different. Some require 2 sprays max, and others require 10, based on the strongness and longevity. If you have a cologne that needs 2 sprays, but you put on 6, everyone who is near you will get a headache because of how strong it is, which is not ideal at all. You need to find out the number of sprays you need for the cologne you bought. This is the difference between what gets you compliment and people that want to be around you, or they smell you when you walk into a room, which, unless it's a tiny room, is not good. Tip 6. Bonus. And this is one that's just common knowledge. Spray on pulse points, so both your wrists and each side of your neck. Again, the number of sprays depends on how much you put on these pulse points. Please search up how many sprays you should apply, depending on your fragrance, as some are much stronger than others. Believe it or not, some fragrances you only need 1 spray because that's how strong it is, but others you need 14. Make sure to get a long-lasting scent that lasts at least a few hours and isn't too noticeable, but also stands out and gives you compliments. Each fragrance varies, and you can find out through creators, TikTok, Google, and more. In summary, everyone has their different smells. Overhyped fragrances mostly aren't it. Buy a sample before committing to an actual bottle. Trust your sense of smell, not just fragrance influences like the Clone Boy or Jeremy fragrance, although they're goats. Some fragrances work best in the summer, winter, or all year round. Some colognes spray once, some spray 10. Do your research. Find out if you like sweet, masculine, woody, spicy, or something else. Now you know you can thank me later, or by subscribing so I can find my next video. Now you smell excellent, and I'm still trying to be as popular as Bob. Please subscribe to find my next video.